we saw. It was as if it was meant specifically for us.
What do you make of it? Do you still think the will of Dana might be involved somehow?
Maybe it's trying to tell us something. But what?
Well, it could be supernatural. You know, like seeing dead people, messages from beyond the grave, ghost-type stuff.
That's your grand theory?
Ghost-type stuff.
That we're being haunted? Come on, Law.
Wait. He might be closer to the mark than you think. What if a person's thoughts and deeds were to somehow become indelibly etched into the ether of a place? And what if those with a connection could then somehow pick up on them?
You think that's what it was? Some kind of message someone left here for us?
I am merely entertaining the possibility. Whether it was Dana's will, or somehow connected to the Sovereign and Maiden's powers, I do not know.
That could be.
Okay, back up a sec. You're saying that if a place is full of enough astral energy, it can somehow show us events that happened centuries ago?
More to the point, how does that much astral energy gather in one place anyway? Seems unlikely it happened naturally.
Whatever it was, it survived here intact for 300 years. Whoever left it for us, the strength of their intent is beyond doubt.
The strength of their intent.
All right. Oh, okay. All right.
Soon, we might very well learn the truth behind Shion's thorns, as well as my own past. I have to be ready to face anything. Whatever happens.
Let me save real quick, because if this is the end, this is probably fine. Let's fucking go.
Soon, we might very well learn the truth behind Shion's thorns, as well as my own past. I have to be ready to face anything. What I'm determined to save Shion and Dana. Nothing I learn can change that.
Okay, so why would you ask me that if I could have just like gotten away after that? Okay. Hey, I remember this.
Hold up, you guys.
What is it?
I want to look through that room over there. I'm curious what we'll find.
That's the room you visited in your past, right? Sure. We can check it out. This looks like some kind of research facility.
A laboratory secreted away in the Forbidden Zone. Why am I past being surprised at this point?
Looks pretty deserted.
Let's check it out. It might give us a new lead.
We got the school squad. Skit time.
For the people of Lenegis,
Again.
the Forbidden Zone is the stuff of dreams. Yet here I am, standing within its hallowed halls.
It's off limits even for lords, then? Talk about an exclusive club.
Being exclusive is one thing, but how many important facilities let in only the Sovereign? Doesn't that seem a little strange?
Strange doesn't cover it. If it was only one room, maybe. But a place on this scale? How did they keep it from falling into ruin? Whoever the Sovereign is, they can't manage the upkeep of this whole place themselves.
Did no one ever talk about it when you were growing up?
No, not that I can remember. Then again, Sovereigns and Forbidden Zones weren't exactly breakfast table conversations.
The Forbidden Zone is a hallowed place, at one with the Sovereign's authority. grounds of the one true ruler who presides over all Renans. That is what we believed this place to be. No, what we were made to believe it was. But now, it is finally time to discover this area's true purpose, and why it was kept hidden behind the scenes for so long.
Okay.
I think I can make this work.
Well, can you make head or tail of it?
That's a strawberry shortcake recipe.
These are experiment records by the looks of it. Reams of them, dating back hundreds of years. Let's see. A composite being capable of controlling Danan astral energy so as to convert its molecular and elemental makeup. The creation of a governing central figure taking the form of a Danan. Codename Sovereign.
Sovereign.
Wait, there's more. Research into utilizing force field crystals for the purpose of stable astral energy containment.
Okay.
That must be the master cores. With all this raw data, there's bound to be records here somewhere about the Maiden and the Lords, too.
About the Lords? Why would they be on there?
Think about it. The Lord's crests are clearly of a piece with those of both the Sovereign and the Maiden. Not to mention the fact that the contenders to the crown are selected from otherwise regular Renan citizens. In other words, it may be that all Renans are unwittingly being made subject to some kind of grand scheme.
I've been saying
What
that.
about the Sovereign? Does it say anything else?
Where do I start? All I've read so far is the headlines. There's so much here. To sift through all of it would require specialized... Wait.
What is it? Did you find something?
It's a list of names, with the title, Test Subjects, Sovereign. It's your call.
Read it.
There must be dozens of test subjects listed here. Hundreds even. All of them failures. Wait. I think I've found one that was successful.
Uh-oh. It's gonna be him.
Test subject number 1273. Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name, Alphen.
There you go.
They re-engineered me. Right here in this lab.
Just like Cloud.
Alphen.
No, more like
That's
Sephiroth.
fine, really. What about the others? Was I the only one?
Volron.
Test subject number 10105.
It's gotta be
NA.
Volron.
Unique adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name, Volron.
Volron? But that means...
He's only sovereign because someone made him that way too.
He's the last one. In 3 centuries worth of records, you and Volron are the only 2 subjects on whom the experiment was a success.
So Volron probably wanted to find this guy. He's looking for
But
Alphen
what
probably
about
to
the
fight
winners
him.
of the
That's why he
crown
killed
contests?
the original.
Does this mean that none of them were
Water
ever
Lord.
crowned sovereign after all?
Upon victory, the Sovereign shall return to Rena and rule over Rena and Lenegis combined. When a new Sovereign is decided, the outgoing monarch shall relinquish their post and live out the rest
So
of their
maybe
days on Rena.
the Renans
So
are
we were
actually
told.
just in a contest
But
to be
according
the
to these
maiden.
records,
Maybe they're like
there
the
have only
Renan
ever
component.
been 2 Sovereigns, neither of whom had anything to do with the crown contest. It's all lies, including the part about the Sovereign residing in Rena. The crown contest was never about deciding a new ruler. It must always have been devised for some other purpose.
But even supposing that's true, someone must have been in charge for the past 3 centuries, right? If it wasn't the Sovereign, then who was it?
crown contests have been held this whole time, in spite of the fact that there was already a sovereign. Me. Meaning that for the past 300 years, someone out there has to have been maintaining that lie. The same person I'm willing to bet is behind all this.
The Red Woman?
It's possible. But that doesn't necessarily mean she's the mastermind behind this scheme. She could be working for someone else. Someone back on the Renan homeworld.
Either way, it's fair to say she's
it seems like
definitely
the Red
involved
Woman
somehow.
isn't even like a human. Like, maybe she's
What
made
about
up
the
of
data
just
records?
astral
Is there
energy,
no other information that could help us?
and like it's just like a sentient being
Not that I can see.
made of like dark
Just file
astral
upon
energy.
file of experiment results. There's nothing here about who's behind all this, or what their endgame is, unfortunately. I've barely managed to scratch the surface, mind you. You won't be able to read through it all, but you're welcome to take a look through what you can, while we're here.
I'll do that.
Okay.
So this is where Alphen became the Sovereign, and Volron as well.
Okay. So that's why back in the flashbacks so many of them died. The Maiden. So the Maiden is basically only there for the dark astral energy. Interesting. Okay. Oh, wow.
Well,
Wow.
the significance of this location would suggest...
Hey, it looks like the terminals in here turned on too.
We should look through them. They might contain valuable information.
Sedative mask. Okay. Whole face, restricted mental activity. They're no longer manufactured, and okay, cool. So now we just figured out about the mask. Okay. Lenegis. So that was the primary reason why Lenegis is a thing. And they just started building on top of it. Detachable harvester, so that's what they sent down. Detachable Harvester 1 was lost on Dana after exploding due to the rampancy exhibited by the Sovereign. Huh. Alright, we're learning a whole bunch right now. Master Course. Only the Dark Master Core is maintained inside the Forbidden Zone until the Renus Alma is ready to be reformed. Spirit Course. Alright, we kind of already have this. I just don't want this whole episode to be just me reading all this. Lords, sure. Each concept is 5 lords, yes. So they can't decline if they're picked. Volron. Although subject possesses high latent potential, it exhibits significant mental instability along with a strong distaste for following orders. So Volron. That boy crazy. Oh, what's this over here? Nope, nothing. Alright.
Only 2 sovereigns in over 300 years. So why has the experiment only succeeded twice in all this time? And if that's the case, why keep on doing it? Was there really no other way? Or could there be some other reason?
Dohalim.
Forgive me.
Alphen.
I'm fine. I'm just a little shaken, that's all. I knew what I was already.
Pretty understandable.
So it's not like it's a surprise or anything. But it's strange. I've got all this rage inside of me, but I don't even know who it's for. I'm scared that I'll put a face to it. Just to have someone to blame.
If that were to happen, then No. Then we'd help you fight it. Before you ever got that far. Wouldn't we, everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all like,
We
yeah,
wouldn't
man.
just sit
Yeah,
by
it's
and watch
cool.
you spiral out of
Just,
control.
you know, just
That's
be
right.
easy.
No good can come from being consumed by hatred.
If you ever start to lose your way,
Wow, weren't you like
you can
consumed by
count on
hatred
us
and
to
got your
guide you
dad
back.
killed? Just saying.
To remind you where home is.
And I would be happy to lend an attentive ear, should you ever have need.
Cool.
Thank you, everyone.
Cool, cool, cool.
I think I'll be okay now.
Alright, I think that's it for skits for now. This whole stream has been one long cutscene / skit. Alright. So I remember this. One of these is the room that he was in. I think that's across from here. Aha. Fucking grape gel. Alright. Ooh, what's this? Oh. We saw this in the flashback. There's a bunch of dead bodies on here. This is a room. I like how homey it is, you know? It's just like you got like this little like, is this a table or is it a chair? Maybe it opens up and it's actually like a toilet. You got this nice little computer. You got a nice solid metal bed. It's cool. Really homey. Almost there? Am I like there in terms of like almost done with the game? Because I kind of don't want it to end. Oh god. Oh god. We're gonna find out what happened. Oh, cool.
Naori, I...
Don't talk. I have to do this. I gave you my word that I'd help you return to Dana. The next time you open your eyes, you'll be home.
But you...
My place is here with my people. I still have a duty to fulfill. I'm sorry for what you've endured. Renan never should have dragged you into this. It's not your burden to bear.
But...
The mask contains a sedative. It should keep your mind from tearing itself apart any further. Let yourself go to sleep.
Yeah, Volron needs one of those.
This should help with the pain. Time to go, Elfin. Farewell.
Naori...
His injuries are worse than I thought. Short-term treatment isn't going to cut it. I'll have to switch the healing pod to long-term hibernation mode.
Like, let's go ahead and do
The
300
chance of surviving
years.
hibernation's less than 10%? And worse, long-term use of the mask carries a high risk of damaging his mind and nervous system. But... If I don't head back, Lenegis will be nothing but ashes. And this starship along with it. I don't know if I can fulfill my promise to you, Elfin. But if doing this will grant you even the slightest chance, I have to try.
The Naori goes
I hope
on
it's enough.
to have tons of babies who have tons of babies, and then Shion happens.
Please, live for me, Elfin.
Wow. Fucked up.
That vision. It must have been from when Naori helped Elfin escape Lenegis.
No shit, Shion.
She sure went above and beyond the call of duty.
Even with Lenegis crumbling down around her, she chose to stay put with her people.
So that's why you lost your memories and sense of pain, and why you were asleep for that whole time. It was all the result of one agonizing decision Naori made to save your life.
Yeah. If it weren't for her, I wouldn't even be alive today. I owe her everything. More than I could ever hope to repay.
What if Naori's
Now
like
that you
the
know how
final
she
boss?
felt,
Like she's
How do
actually
you
like
plan on honoring her wishes?
the one we end up fighting at the end. Maybe she gets like
She kept her
consumed
promise.
by the
If the Renan
whatever.
people she
I
fought
don't
so
know.
desperately to
I'm
protect
just
her at risk
spitballing
from
at
a
this
malevolent
point. Like,
force,
just trying to figure out
then
something.
I owe it to her to carry
Something.
on her fight.
All
Naori
right.
was the one who put that mask on me.
No skits?
It made me Iron Mask.
She did
Made me iron.
it to prevent your soul from tearing itself apart. She knew you might lose your memories and sense of pain as a result. But more than anything, she wanted you to survive. And you did.
Alright, so if this is the final battle, should we go with our flagship costumes? Let's go with like all this, or should we keep it with the school squad? I don't know. Sam McGuire, thank you. This shirt, it's been with me for a long, long time, and you're almost done with the 4-hour cutscene. Got it. Got it. No, this shirt's been with me for a long time, and really, I was just too lazy to change after work today. Has anyone ever told you that you look good in blue? Or do you mean I like good in blue? I'll take either one. Both sound great. Thank you, McGuire. All right. Let's do it. Okay. That's a nice looking cactus. Alright. Oh, this is a boss room. This is a fucking boss room. No? Oh, it's not. Cool. Heavy treat. That's what they called me in high school. They really didn't call me that in high school. I just said that. All right, another cutscene. No? Boss room. Red ladies. Oh, I've been here.
This place. We've seen this in one of Naori's memories.
Yep.
Of course. After 300 years, this is where it was held. The spirit channeling ceremony.
Let's see what happens.
This is where the Renis Alma was.
Created.
So this is the place where you and Naori...
The Renis Alma isn't
Do you
here
guys
now.
ever finish your
Nor
fucking
is the Red
sentences?
Woman, it seems.
I know it's difficult, Alphen, but there will be time to dwell on the past later. For now, we need to keep moving. Come on.
Okay.
Naori.
What is this? Is it the work of Dana's will again?
It's been a year since the ceremony. That day, I shut away inside of myself the power that caused Alphen to lose control. Since then, my visions of the future have grown more and more fearsome.
Is this another memory? No, it's different this time. It's like she's speaking directly to us.
Okay.
What we did back then. Not so much as a day passes when I don't think about it. About what was done to us. All in the name of a ceremony. The purpose of which we were never even told. As Sovereign, they linked Alphen's consciousness to Lenegis itself. The Renis Alma was intended to control his power, lest anything should slip through its cracks. That day, as Maiden, my role was to temper his power. I was meant to guide it forth, and give shape to the strength inside of him.
Linked to Lenegis itself? But then, everything that's been happening.
But that power showed me a vision. A vision of oblivion. When I realized that vision was a prophecy of the apocalypse we were about to unleash, I couldn't go through with it. But without a maiden, the ceremony was doomed. Alphen lashed out, his consciousness no longer his own.
Oh god.
I did what I could. Using my abilities as the maiden, I tried to seal that power away inside of me. But it was too late. Lenegis had already been brought to its knees. Thousands upon thousands of lives so cruelly snuffed out.
But you guys
All
kind of brought it
because
on
of
yourselves, though. You guys are kind of
Because
dicks.
of what I had done. With the destructive force now slumbering inside of me, I knew I had to find a way to dispose of it. Anything to make up for my failure. but I didn't know how. Especially since that power was astral energy itself. In which case, ironically enough, the Renis Alma seemed to be my best bet. That, at least, would hold the astral energy dormant. Assuming that no malevolent third party got to it first. With the Sovereign and Maiden's combined power, perhaps I could shift the chaotic energy inside me into the Renis Alma instead. That's what I hoped, but alas, it was not to be.
Okay.
The Renis Alma was lost, and Alphen the Sovereign was in a starship bound for Dana. My only choice was to seal away the destructive force inside of me using my powers as the Maiden, to buy the world what little time I could.
I mean, 300 years, that's...
The time needed for a
not
new
bad.
Renis Alma to be crafted, and for a new Sovereign to appear. Even if by doing so, it meant I would be passing the curse on to my descendants as well.
Got it.
Please, forgive me. I never meant to burden the future world with this threat too. I only wish that there was something more I could have done.
Wait, you can't just... Naori.
That message just now, was it directly from Naori? Or was it the Danan voice speaking through her?
New fucking costumes!
What?
These are the clothes that Naori and I wore during the ceremony 3 centuries ago.
So you're saying this is the Maiden's outfit?
That's right. These clothes are designed to resonate with the Sovereign and Maiden's abilities. They focus and enhance them.
And they appeared now because...
Oh,
Naori must have
they're
left them
enhancing,
here for the
alright.
new Sovereign and Maiden.
Now you're really
knowing
ready
the
for
day would
prom.
come
Yeah,
when they would need them
seriously.
in their fight against the
We're gonna do a
Thorns.
prom pic. She's gonna sit in front of me, and Alphen's gonna.
These
gonna
outfits
put
are directly linked to the
his
answers
arms
we've
around
been
her like
chasing
that.
this whole time. If they're here, it must mean it was Naori's will for us to find those answers as well.
Locating the Renis Alma would allow us to neutralize the dark
Then we got
astral
these two.
energy
They're
inside
dressed up like
Shion,
chaperones, and then we
thereby
got the
silencing her thorns. Is that what
School
Naori's
kids.
suggesting?
It makes sense. After all, Master Cores and Spirit Vessels are both able to prevent the astral energy inside them from developing sentience. By that logic, it would stand to reason that the Renis Alma would have the same ability on a larger scale.
We have a Maiden and Sovereign. Now all we need is the Renis Alma, and we'll finally be able to free you of your thorns. Shion.
And then the woman in red's gonna show up, and start kicking
It's
their ass.
possible? You really think so?
I do. We can rid you of your thorns and stop the world from falling to oblivion.
See, it's too happy right now.
However,
Something crazy is
the
about to
spirit
happen.
channeling ceremony already failed once. Even if our goal is different this time, we can't be sure the same thing won't happen again. We should take care not to be too optimistic.
You're right. It's the barest sliver of a chance. But if there's even the slightest hope it can work, I'm willing to stake everything I've got on it.
I know it's too early to let myself feel relieved, but I just can't seem to help it. Just hearing there's the slightest chance, even though I know the world's still in great peril. It's selfish of me, I know, but still.
No, it isn't. You found hope to believe in. It'd be strange if you weren't over the moon about it.
Rinwell's right. We can rid you of your curse and still save the world at the same time.
Thank you. Naori entrusted us with the fate
Well,
of
at
all
least
humanity.
we know that, like, Shion
Now,
isn't like
it's
Naori.
up to us to prove that trust was well
It's kind of
placed.
seeming like that for a while.
Starting with a little game called Hunt the Rennis Alma.
Yeah, we've come all this way. Now we just need to search Lenegis and Rena until we find it.
Yeah, we can protect the world and save Shion at the same time.
I too shall lend my services. My knowledge of Renan lore is bound to be a useful asset.
And they say modesty is dead.
Miracles just seem to follow wherever you go, huh?
How do you know it's me they're following? We're all in this together, Shion. You included.
Just Shion. Get a room.
Now let's get moving, shall we? Last I heard, we had an apocalypse to stop.
Cool.
Thank you, Naori. So Naori sealed away the power that made me lose control of myself. She stopped my rampage and saved my life. But then, that power she'd sealed away was passed down to you. I'm so sorry, Shion.
So does that mean that Shion's
It's my fault that you're cursed.
mother
You're
and
wrong.
her
What
grandmother,
happened to you was
great-grandmother,
because of the ceremony and Naori's attempt to stop Oblivion. You paid a
Like,
heavy
they
price
all
for
had
it, and then
thorns?
fell asleep for 300 years. The reason you lost your memories.
I'm just
It's the
curious,
reason
like,
for your curse.
if they all
The
had
thorns.
thorns, like, not to get into, like, you know,
It all leads back to them.
the details, but how did they
Once they're gone,
reproduce?
we can finally put an end to all this.
I'm just
When my
confused
thorns
about
are
that.
gone. I never dared to dream that such a thing could be possible. No, the truth is, I think maybe I've always been dreaming about a life without my thorns. The touch of my family, or playing with my friends, holding hands with Rinwell, or giving Law a deserved smack, embracing everyone.
You could
All
do
the
that.
normal things
You could still
that
do
people
that.
do together. I always wished I could experience them for myself and finally know what they were like. Is it really okay for me to believe it can happen? I'm so scared of getting my hopes up. What if it doesn't work out in the end, and...
That's not going to happen. I'm here to make sure it won't. Forget fate or destiny.
He has a
or
vested
anything
interest
else.
in this.
We're going to live a normal life. There are a lot of things you still want to do, right?
Yeah, you're right.
That's gotta
such
suck.
a
Like, you
strange
can't, like, do
feeling
something as simple as,
I
like, pet a
know.
puppy.
That we've still got plenty of fighting up ahead. And it's for my sake.
You know,
So
do
I
the
can
nasty.
live.
There's always
You're
that.
worth fighting for.
I believe you, Alphen.
Good. I'll keep on fighting. For as long as it takes. Until our future is finally in our hands.
Cool. Alright. Let's see what we got going on here. That's cool. Oh. We're doing that. Hell yeah. Actually, I haven't been doing this for a while. I need to make the Mystic Crest. There's that. What the DLC stuff? That's all ailment stuff, so yeah, let's go ahead and start putting shit into this. The bombs too, that could be helpful. Oh, last shot, that's good. Alright. Oh, cool! Yeah, we're going with everyone's flagship look now. We have to. Alright, first let's equip this shit. So, oh, I have it equipped already? Whew, that sword is cool looking. Alright. And I already have this on, so... Cool. Alphen's pretty tanky now. And you didn't get a cool weapon. Alright. And then you have this. Okay. You don't get anything because you're not cool. Yeah, so just stay with that, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. So nobody else got anything else. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Which one was... There it is. That's the one. So, you'll have that. Yeah, we'll just leave it. That's cool. No more sunglasses. It was fun. But, yeah, we'll stop with that. Alright. Alright, no more hot teacher. Alright, we're gonna actually leave Law's haircut like this, because I fucking hate his other haircut. And we're leaving his haircut like this, but we'll go back to his... We'll go back to that. There you go. Alright. Cool. So... yeah, we'll probably just stretch this episode to an hour. Just so we can get out of here. I don't know what else we need to do, honestly. Alright, so it looks like all that's taken care of. Right. We just keep going through here? Shit, man.
Sounds like this Naori chick had quite the big heart.
Her position demanded nothing less. From the sound of things, she didn't focus on differences, least of all those between Renans and Danans.
Yeah. It was Naori who first showed me that such a thing was even possible. And then she saved my life by sending me back home to Dana.
Not only that, but she willingly stayed behind on Lenegis for the sake of her people. It sounds like she was quite the hero, all right. A truly caring person.
It's as if walls meant nothing to her. The ones separating the Renans from the Danans, or herself from others. She had no need for them.
Which basically meant that she never had anything to break down in the first place, huh? Yeah. I think you may be right about that.
You inherited that legacy. Her wish for the world.
Don't I know it?
She's kind of like a lodestar guiding our way, showing us what we can aspire to.
Sure.